And we are going to show you how to make this delicious, easy, westernized beef stir fry. It's going to be good. Our beef component. Here I have some trimmings, 400 grams of it actually, which is from when we broke down a whole strip loin. These are the trimmings that came off all that became the New York strips. There's a link down below how to do that. So, and I was clever back then, so I cut everything else in back then in nice little chunks like this, perfect for stir fry, and vacuum sealed them and froze them. So you just yank it from the freezer and then you have stir fry in 15 minutes on a Wednesday evening. It's perfect. First thing is we need to get a marinara on our beef, and that consists of a tablespoon of rice flour. If you don't have rice flour, then you can use cornstarch, but rice flour has the benefit that the sauce stays see-through and translucent. Cornstarch makes it a little bit cloudy, so if you have rice flour, use it. And then we're going to use a Chinese trick, which is to marinate with baking soda. That will raise the pH level on the outside of the meat and make sure it stays tender and juicy. So half a teaspoon of baking soda. This is essential for this recipe actually. Then we're going to go in with some rice vinegar. If you don't have that, you can use sherry vinegar, but a dry vinegar is necessary here. 2 tablespoons of that, because that will activate the baking soda actually. And a little bit of roasted sesame oil. What shall we say? A tablespoon about.
Yeah, that's actually the nice component. I love it.
Yeah, it's very good. I love it also. And then some soy sauce, low sodium soy sauce, because I want to control my salt level myself. And we're also going to go in with 2 tablespoons. You don't want to make it too wet, because otherwise it just boils in the wok when we get to there. So now in with your paws and give this a very thorough massage. So everything is coated and well combined. And actually I forgot.
We need to put, the
salt.
Say salt.
Forgot the salt. So a pinch of salt here. And for pepper, we have replaced the black peppercorn with crushed Sichuan peppercorn. It gives better flavor. So I'm taking a pinch of this also here. And then we'll use the rest at the stove. But get all this well combined. And then we're going to put this in the fridge for half an hour while we prepare everything else. And as you saw, we have chosen broccoli for our vegetables today, for our vegetable actually. You could use bok choy if you have some of that. What we do here is we go in with a paring knife and take out some florets here. And then I'll show you a little trick that I actually picked up from Chef Jean-Pierre. Nice little trick he had there. And we're going to try that today because I can see that works. Take out some florets here, and then I'm going to cut off the stem here, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that. So these ones, they're way too big for stir fry. So we take them out in these little nice ones here, so that they cook fast and they still maintain some crunch when we are finished with our stir fry in the wok. This is going to be some really good eating. But this I can do after. What I wanted to show you was, what do we do with the stem? We cut off the bigger parts here and get rid of this, and then we actually peel it. It's quite woody, the outside here, so you have to be a little bit, use your strength.
It's quite hard.
It's quite hard, yeah. But that's fully okay, because the inside is super delicious and it tastes excellent.
So will we use all these?
Yeah. Because the inside actually has fantastic flavor and tastes much better than the florets. It's a good trick we saw there, so I'm looking forward to trying this.
Let's see if our Jean-Pierre friend is right.
Well, in him we trust. He has been a chef for many years, so why not?
He must know what he talks about.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah.
So this, like we now have taken off most of this woody outside, we are going to cut into thin slices like this. Ooh, they're very soft actually.
Clever.
And supposedly that works very well in stir fries. And then comes another of our favorite ingredients, ginger. And here you can go 2 ways. You can grate it on a microplaner so you get a smooth sort of paste style, and then it disappears into the sauce and it just leaves flavor. But we prefer actually to have a little bit of texture on it. So we're gonna cube it finely. So we cut it into slices, quite thin ones, as you can see here. And then we're going to cube that up so we get these nice little chunks of ginger. So nice when you're eating, you get those. They are really super in a stir fry. So now we're just going to chop that finely here. That's going to be a really good addition. Final preparation is our sauce, and it's a pretty simple one. It requires some ingredients, but once you have them in your, I don't know, stable, whatever you call it, then you can always yank it out. First up is a tablespoon of red miso paste. Miso paste is a fermented soybean paste. You can get it white or red. The red is fermented longer and has deeper flavors, so this is excellent for sauces like this. Then we're going to go in with a splash of sesame oil. There's not really a measurement here. We're going to go in with, I would say, maybe 1.5 tablespoons, something like that. And then we're going to go in with oyster sauce, thick oyster sauce. Doesn't taste of oysters. It just gives a lot of good umami. It's quite thick and viscous. And we want also here a couple of tablespoons of this. This is good stuff and gives such nice texture to our sauce. Then I'm going to add a little bit of dark soy sauce, which has a very different flavor from soy sauce. Don't put too much of this. I would say a tablespoon maybe of dark soy, but it's much deeper in flavor than regular soy sauce. So that's a good one to have also in your kitchen. Regular soy sauce, same as before, low sodium, 1-2 tablespoons. And then we're going to add a little bit of cooking wine, which is a rice wine, Chinese rice wine that is only for cooking because it's also salted, so don't try to taste it. It's a horrific experience, but we give it a little bit of that. And then lastly, I'm going to add a little bit of dark soy vinegar, which also has quite an interesting flavor. It's very different from the vinegars we know in Europe. It matches perfect for this. And then all we have to do is mix all this up. That takes a little bit of effort with the miso, so that will take me a minute or two to dissolve. And then I'll see you at the stove. It's very important on this that you have everything ready over here, because once we start cooking here, this is finished in very short time. I have my carbon steel wok here, super well seasoned. That's a perfect old wok. And that's preheating here. So now I'm going to crank up the temperature. So we get it really screaming hot here. I have the big wok burner running in the middle. And then we're going to give this a splash of peanut oil. You could use canola oil or you could use avocado oil, but choose something with a high smoke point. This is actually a favorite oil in Asia to use for stir fry. If you're peanut allergic, obviously use something else. But so a splash of this, not crazy amounts of that. Give it a swirl around. You see it's already smoking. Wok hei, as it's called. We go in with our meat, break it up, and now we're going to let this cook until it is 90% done. Get it up the sides here where it's warm, so you get some of that liquid evaporated. So we get a good sear. This will take but 2 to 3 minutes. This is looking really good, nice and smoky. It's exactly what we want here. And when you're at this point here with some nice brown bits but not fully cooked yet, then we're going to get this out of here into a clean bowl. Not the same as before. Ooh, that already smells really good. It's a beautiful cut of beef for this. Then we go back here and let that warm up again. And we give it a splash more of our oil. Not too much here, but just a little bit. Get it around a little bit. And we're going to go in with our nice broccoli, our onion. And now we want to let that stir fry also. And when we get a little bit of browning on the outside of this, we'll be right back. And when things are starting to brown up a little bit on the edges here, we're going to add all our ginger. We have a lot. You dial it down if you don't like that much ginger, but we love it. Let's get that stirred in. And then our garlic, but be careful here. Don't let it go too long with this. As that gets fragrant, I add a pinch of salt and our Sichuan peppercorn, just crushed in the mortar and pestle. give that a good stir around so everything is nice and combined. And we add back our beef, which is almost cooked. Oh, that smells and looks really good. And lastly, we go in with our beautiful sauce, and you always pour it around the edges. That's important, because that gives that evaporation on the hot side of the wok. Now we just want the sauce to cook off a little bit.
And basically you're ready, right?
Basically, this is ready to serve in 30 seconds.
That's easy to make
But
a
look
meal
at
like
that.
on a weekday, right?
Look at that, it's just beautiful. That will make you so happy. Happy belly. But now 20 more seconds and we'll plate this off and we'll do the taste test. Well, it's quick, it's easy, it smells fantastic, and served over some freshly cooked rice. That's just an easy Wednesday evening meal, as so delicious. But first, I want to try the broccoli stems, because that I'm curious to try now.
Isn't Pierre right?
I have to give him right. They are damn tasty. Really good. But now, some beef, bit of onion. That is so tender, and the flavors are excellent. Yes, it's Western inspired, but I lived enough years in China to know that this could even please a Chinese person. So give this a shot.